Let's try that again. Take 4. Welcome back, everybody. Yes, guys, I hope you've all had a good week. I know that most of you are here to find out the results of the quiz that we did last week, but for those of you who have no idea what I'm talking about, so comment below what camera you think is what, whether 1 is X, 2 is X, 3 is X. I'll see how many of you get it right. Those of you who get it right will go into a draw next week. I'll name the winner and I'll contact you via email and we can discuss what we're giving away. So a big thank you to everybody who entered. There were over 100 entries. And of those 100, 11 people, 12 including my wife, but she's not part of it. 11 people guessed correctly. But before we want to get into that, I wanted to almost highlight what I mentioned in the end of the last video, that the Osmo Pocket did really well against a phone and a mirrorless camera of the same kind of price bracket. I wasn't holding up too much hope. I thought it would be quite obvious what camera was what. Until I put the pictures onto my computer and I looked at them, I was surprised at what I found. So it made me want to have a look at the raw capability, raw capabilities, it's a hard word to say, the raw capabilities of the Osmo Pocket and see what it'd be like in post to grade it and if the pictures would hold a grade or color grading. So I took 2 pictures. The first picture you can see here is the raw version. The second picture is the edited version, which I did in Lightroom. Disclaimer, there is a lot of color put onto these pictures, but I wanted to see what it'd be like maxing these pictures out with color to see if it could hold the color that's been put on top. And it did pretty well. So as you can see, compared side by side, there's a big difference in what the original and then what the post picture looks like. Tried it again with another picture. Again, this is the first picture, the raw version, and then here is the edited version. And as you can see here again, it's a lot of detail. There's a lot of detail that has been brought out of that first image when it's captured in RAW. You guys are obviously here for the results. You want to find out what camera was what and what was the correct order. Well, without any further ado, drum roll. The first camera was the Canon EOS M6. Yes, the 24 megapixel Canon EOS M6. Because the Canon is quite soft in its colors, those of you who have had a Canon camera before, I'm sure you're able to tell what it is like out of the camera. But compared to the other two, it is the softest of its colors. So that's the Canon EOS M6 camera number 1. Camera number 2 was the Google Pixel XL2. As I mentioned last week, it's got the HDR Plus feature, which is able to combine 9 different pictures at different exposures, mashed into one image, and that is why you get so much detail in terms of foreground, background, every kind of ground. Everything's pretty much crisp and in focus. The picture I posted last week, a lot of people asked, is that really from the Google Pixel XL2? Did you color grade it? Did anything happen in post to make that picture look the way it looks? No. That picture is straight out of the camera. It's one of the best pictures I've taken, and it's coming from a phone, which is quite sad, but goes to show the rate at which smartphones are advancing in the camera department. Which leaves camera number 3, which is the Osmo Pocket. Many of you guessed it right, many of you guessed it wrong. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Probably a good thing, because it goes to show that it's able to stand up against a mirrorless camera and a phone which is arguably that and the here we go again. The Huawei, either that or the P20 Pro as the best camera phones out there. So it's done very well up against very stiff competition. So the colors that come out of the JPEG are quite rich. So you can see compared to the Canon EOS M6, that is quite bold in its colors. People have got it right, there was 11 in total. There's Alpine Filmhouse Productions, C. James Photo, Silver Fox, Random Life Productions, Christopher Fuller, Hugh Richards, a fellow Welshman, J. Howe C. Vlogs, and Rachel, I want to say Guevara? I'm probably putting a British accent on that, so it probably doesn't sound as good. Guevara. No, that doesn't sound right. Rachel, Darren Gann, The Double Kick, and Clash Universe on cam. So you guys are the ones who got it right. So what we're going to do it this way. We've got a generator online, an automated way of finding out the winner. Put their names into the system, and if I hit this button, random picker, and the winner is How C Vlogs. You have won. So if you could get in touch, whether it's through Twitter or Instagram, I will try and contact you on YouTube here, and we will sort out the giveaway. But congratulations to you, everybody who entered. Thank you very much for entering. I hope you got something from these videos in terms of how good the Osmo Pocket is for taking pictures. Over the next week or two, there's going to be some crazy things happening on this channel, so I wouldn't go too far. But hope you all have a great weekend. Hope you're good. Any questions, as always, leave them down below. Hit me up on Instagram, anything like that. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace. Now, as I explained last week, the Google Pixel XL2 is frightening for taking pictures. It's got the HDR Plus. So as I mentioned last week, the Google Pixel XL2 has the HDR Plus, what am I trying to say? Feature, yeah. So, as I was saying last week, the Google Pixel... yeah, so that sums up the video.